Hey guys, my name is Cory Lee with Cory Lee Leadership and our Legacy Builders men's mastermind group for leaders and entrepreneurs. I've been going through the book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. And I just wanted to share a couple of clips of what we've been diving into in some of our teachings and trainings and give you some gold nuggets, I think, as you go through this book. We've been taking about 2 laws at a time. The last video, the previous video, we did the law of influence and then the law of the lid. And today we're doing laws number 3 and law number 4. So here we go. Law number 3 is the law of process. And I love the law of process because the law of process says that leadership develops not in a day, but daily. And sometimes that's a little bit frustrating, right? We we want it right now. We want to microwave our leadership. We want to microwave leaders if we're leading leaders. But leadership is more of a crock pot mentality. It's a process. And I love one of the things that John talks about is that every day I'm trying to get better. Every day I should be getting better. That yesterday's ceiling is now today's floor. And I don't rest on my best, right? I want to keep going and keep growing. So I want to read a couple of quotes right here from the law of process that John talks about. He says, champions don't become champions in the ring. They're merely recognized there. Champions don't become champions in the ring. That's where they're merely recognized. He also says, if you cheated on that in the dark, the preparation training, if you cheated on that in the dark of the morning, you're going to get found out now under the bright lights. I went to a leadership conference one time and we had this lady, she was speaking and she was one of the first female swimmers to go across the English Channel. And she talked about on the day that she was swimming across the channel that she was getting stung by all these jellyfish, that she was getting sick because she drank all the water and she's throwing up a little bit, and she would get tired and she would hang on to the side of the boat. And she had boats, had people cheering her on. She had helicopters. She had people on the other side that was just waiting on her. And, she kept going as she got stung and was sick. And as she finally crossed over to the other side, she made it. And a news anchor come up to her after she had recovered a little bit, I'm sure, and said, that was amazing. Wow. What perseverance you had. And she said, that wasn't amazing. That right there. It's easy. It's easy when you got people beside you. It's easy when people were cheering on. It's easy when you got people expecting you to do something that are cheering you on. But what's not easy, and that what people didn't see, was the 4 a.m. mornings that I would come out here and swim, and it was freezing cold and it was dark. That's not easy. Champions aren't made in the ring. They're merely recognized there. And that's what this law is talking about, the law of process, that leadership doesn't happen, boom, in a day, but it happens daily, in your daily habits. So for you, what are you doing today? What are you doing today to develop yourself? And then my second question to you really is, what are you also doing to develop other people? Because it's not about just you. We want to be rivers and not reservoirs. So what are you doing to develop yourself? What are you doing to develop other people? And that's law number 3. So let's check out law number 4. Law number 4 is the law of navigation. And this is what the law of navigation basically says, is that anyone can steer the ship, but it takes a leader to chart the course. Many times when I'm working with entrepreneurs or leaders, we get caught up in the kind of the weeds. And it's easy to do that. We're all busy. It's easy to get caught up in the weeds. And I talked to them a little bit about, it's important that we get down and swap the deck with the crew. We got to do that. Those are things we got to do, but we can't stay there, because if we stay there, there's not somebody up high enough to see upcoming challenges or to see upcoming opportunities. And that's why this law is important as well. As the law of navigation says that anybody can steer the ship. Right? Like when things are going easy, anybody can do that. But it takes a leader when challenging times comes. It takes a leader to chart the course. And I just want to lay out the principle that's really in this book right here that John talks about whenever you are navigating or going towards a new destination. Maybe you've got a new goal. Maybe you're starting to open up a business. Maybe you want to add to your business. Whatever it is, he laid out a formula here, and he calls it the plan ahead formula. It's an acrostic. So the P talks about predetermine a course of action. You got to know where you're going, right? If you don't know to which port one is sailing, any will do. So number 2 is lay out your goals. So you got the destination, and then the goals are kind of like mile markers. They're like checkpoints. And then adjust your priorities. Leaders know that not all activity also equals productivity. And if you've done any study on the 20-80 principle or the Pareto principle, you know that 80% of your production will come from your top 20% of activities. And that's what you're doing right here. You're laying out what is most important, adjusting your priorities. Next step on the end is notify key personnel. So as a leader, it's important to notify key personnel. This is either the people who are going to influence, or they're going to be the one that actually takes out the orders, takes the direction and actually implements. So these are either the influencers or the implementers. You want to let them know. Then A is allow time for acceptance. You want to kind of lay it out for them and then allow time for acceptance. And kind of what you find there is if you've done a good job of bringing on a good team, sometimes they can up level your idea. They may see something you didn't see before. And this is a great opportunity for that. The H, head into action. You got to get going, right? How long are you going to talk about it before you get to doing it? So you got to get started. The E is expect problems. Hey, it happens, right? And I think a couple of places leaders mess up at is one, they either don't expect problems or they try to wait. Actually, leaders don't, because leaders get going, but many people, they get caught up in having it perfect before they head into action. It's not going to be perfect. You've got to head into action to see how you need to change course. So expect problems. A, always point to the success. I found this really, really important, is pointing back to the success, especially in the beginnings. Make a big deal out of those small wins. And what that does is it creates excitement. It creates a little bit of momentum, right? You're building morale, you're boosting momentum. And as we'll find out later on in the book and one of the other chapters, momentum is a leader's best friend. So last one, daily review your plan. You want to make sure you're headed down the right path. Hey, I hope this has added value to you. This is video number 2 as we dug into the 21 laws of leadership, law number 3 and law number 4. Hey, if this has added value to you, comment below. Maybe comment below one of your favorite quotes that you found that we didn't pick out. And again, we're doing this with our entrepreneur mastermind group, Legacy Builders. If you'd like to find out more about that, if you're looking for your group of guys that you can come along, that'll come alongside of you to help you get to that other level, I'd love to talk to you about that. The link is below. You guys have a great day and God bless.